Hi, I wanted to provide you an overview with Unit 1 since this is our first unit and your first time in the class, and I just wanted to kind of walk you through the steps of this unit so you had a good idea of what my expectations were and what the requirements were. So we begin with the learning outcomes, and these are the things that you should know and or be able to do at the end of this unit. So the first thing you need to know is you need to be able to explain how technical writing differs from academic writing. You need to be able to explain the key elements of technical writing, explain the importance of good communication skills, identify the qualities of good technical writing, and finally identify your ethical obligations as a technical communicator. So by the end of this unit, those are the items that you should know and be able to do. Next on the list is a checklist, and I provide this in every unit, and what it does is it just gives you an idea of everything that is required in this unit. And so when I open a new unit, what I suggest is that you look at that checklist so you have kind of an idea of how long it's going to take you to work through the assignments. With this checklist, I'll just review the items quickly. You're going to review this video first. That's the first thing you want to start with. Next, you want to read Chapter 1, Introduction to Technical Communication, and then watch the mini lecture. Complete Chapter 1, Exercise 1, and the directions are posted below. I'll go over those directions in a minute. Read Chapter 2, Understanding Ethical and Legal Obligations, and watch the mini lecture on that. Then watch the video for the memo template. You will need to be able to use the memo template in order to complete your final assignment in this unit, which is Chapter 2, Exercise 3. And again, those directions are posted below and I'll go over them briefly. Next on the list is the video for the Introduction to Technical Communication, and this just provides you an overview of Chapter 1, identifies some of the most important elements in Chapter 1 that you need to make sure that you understand and that makes sense to you. Next on the list is Tech World, a link to this website, and it provides kind of a comprehensive overview of technical communication. And I suggest that you just look at it for a couple of minutes, browse through it, and just try to get a feeling for just the breadth and the depth of technical communication and just how much it actually encompasses. Next is your assignment for Chapter 1, Exercise 1. And I'll just kind of go over it with you. After reading Chapter 1, review the TNCC homepage. Focus on 3 measures of excellence in technical communication: clarity, accessibility, and professional appearance. So you're going to look at those 3 elements as they are defined in Chapter 1. You're going to write a paragraph for each element and explain specifically how effectively the homepage meets each of these measures of technical excellence. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to TNCC homepage, you're going to look at it for clarity. And using the definition of clarity from your textbook, you're going to evaluate the homepage and decide how clear it is, how much sense it makes, if there's more information that needs to be provided, less information, and you're going to write a paragraph and you're going to point out specific elements. So you're going to provide specific elements of clarity on the homepage, or specific elements that are not clear on the homepage. So that, and you're going to write a paragraph for each one for clarity, accessibility, and professional appearance. And again, you're going to use specific examples from the homepage. And your answer should indicate to me that you have read and understood Chapter 1. What you will find with the way the course is set up is you'll do a reading, there'll be a mini lecture, and then there's an assignment. And the assignment is the opportunity for you to demonstrate that you are familiar with the material, you understand the concepts, that you have read the text. And so that's what the exercises do, is they reinforce what you have done with the reading and the mini lecture. So it's really important that you don't skim over, but that you do pay attention to the materials in the textbook. Next on the list is your lecture for Chapter 2 on ethics and legal obligations. So you'll watch that. Next is the memo format. And you want to watch the memo format because it gives you an overview of how to use the memo format, which is the format that you're going to use throughout the semester in this course. Next is the actual memo format itself. It's a Word doc. You can open it, save it to your desktop, and then each time you have an assignment, open it up, use it, and then save it with the name of that assignment so that your template will always remain intact. So for example, if you open it up now, save it, open it up, and fill in the information for Chapter 2, Exercise 3, save it as Chapter 2, Exercise 3, and then when you open up the memo format document again, it will still be exactly in the original format. Your final exercise is Chapter 2, Exercise 3, and it is using the search term social media examples, find a corporate policy statement on employee use of social media. And it can be with any company. You can look at Apple, you can look at Microsoft, one that you find that's not too terribly long. And I suggest that you look in a field that you're interested in. For example, if you're going into engineering, you might want to look at an engineering firm's social media policy. So look at the social media policy, and then using the memo template, write a 500-word memo to me that explains whether the policy statement is clear, specific, and comprehensive, as Chapter 2 defines clear, specific, and comprehensive. Then you need to explain if the statement includes a persuasive explanation as to why the policy is necessary. And then you'll need to talk about the tone. Is the statement positive or negative? Is it telling you what you can't do? Is it explaining why you should follow best practices? So you want to look at that. And then finally, you want to talk about whether or not you would be um, able to abide by the policy. Would you feel like it was in somehow infringing on your rights, or would you feel, does the policy make good common sense to you? And then lastly, include a copy or a link to the policy statement in your memo. And make sure that you refer specifically to elements in the statement. Don't make this broad and general, but be very specific when you're looking at the clearness, specificity, and comprehensiveness of the policy itself. So I really want you to think deeply about the principles that are stated in the policy. That's all for Unit 1. If you have questions, post them in the I Have a Question forum or send me an email. Good luck and let me know how you do.